In other reports now, civil society organizations have expressed concerns over the multiple regulatory laws which they have to comply with. They believe some of these laws have some provisions that could stifle their operations. Now, this formed part of discussions at the maiden National Conference on Civil Society Regulatory Environment in Nigeria. And TVC News' Moyo Thomas has more.
Civil society organizations are agents of transformation who serve as catalysts for sustainable development, accountability, and good governance. Ensuring they achieve and sustain these roles they are set up for is the essence of this national conference.
Smaller civil society organizations.
The EU-funded conference brings together all stakeholders in the civil society sector, including regulatory agencies, legislators, donors, and development partners. The introduction of CAMA, along other existing laws of civil society organizations, has generated a strong debate. The Nigerian Network for NGOs has made concerted effort to ensure compliance by CSOs.
So it's not good having regulations that are there and where it's very difficult for those concerned to comply with. We need regulations to be made more readily understandable by civil society, and that's part of why this conference, the first of its kind, actually brought regulators.
But some members are of the opinion that the regulations are too much and too stringent, making them hard to comply with. Funders and lawmakers believe these regulations are for the benefit of the CSOs and also serve as a form of accountability.
From the European taxpayers, so of course we have a certain number of controls of pre-requirement. That is important because we must be sure that the European money taxpayer is well spent.
The operations and activities of CSOs are governed by the ground norm, which is the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended. And so whatever they do must be between the framework of the law.
So going forward, we're seeing that there's need to harmonize. So donors, partners, government, everybody, we've had this first level of conversation.
One participant recommends that rather than seeking harmonization, CSOs must self-regulate, as this will help in complying with government regulations.
If you want to harmonize everything, each regulator has their standards, their principles, their policies and compliance rules, as well as mechanisms for enforcement. So if you harmonize it, it means you're calling all the different organizations to have one particular policy, which will be very difficult.
At the end of the conference, an actionable roadmap will be drafted, which will help all CSOs and NGOs seamlessly adapt to these regulations. Moyo Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.